Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about the biggest lie of Season 2.5, and that is that Ed got nerfed so hard that he's no longer tournament viable. When the Season 2.5 patch notes dropped, every single Ed player on the face of the planet was saying this guy has gotten nerfed so hard, and he's probably not going to be tournament viable anymore. I'm sure you guys have all seen the memes going around this character after he got nerfed. There are a bunch, but this is the most famous one. The OD Blitzka -4 day meme. Ass no buy. One of my favorite memes. This one was hilarious. I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't, check it out. This one was a banger. I also like this tweet from Broski from like 2 days ago saying, I don't think I've seen a single Ed in ranked for like a month now. And then everyone's replying with the McDonald's and Burger King meme. Love to see it. I think it was fun. Even I kind of made a bit of a joke when he got nerfed. I said, like, time for a new main, me boy. Because I said it when this character got nerfed. I said, I think he's still going to be really good, but I think bad Ed players got nerfed really hard. The ones who were kind of abusing things like crouching light kick on counter hit, things like kill step, and also the standing medium kick and crouching medium punch being really difficult to whiff punish in neutral and just kind of like throwing it out without thinking. I think a lot of Ed players post-patch are really down about the character and think that their character got nerfed really hard, whereas I don't think that's the case. I think the character is still fundamentally solid. I mean, he still has one of the best standing hard punches in the game. This move here, I think this is still top 5 OD special moves in the game as well. And even though they nerfed the recovery on standing medium kick and crouching medium kick, as long as you're using these moves and you're actually thinking, I mean, if you're not whiffing them, this is still one of the best long-range pokes in the game, and you can drive rush into it. So, I mean, I think the character's still good. He just lost some of the dumb stuff, like this isn't +5 on counter hit anymore. This is -4 up close, so you can't just throw it out whenever you want. But, I mean, I think the character's still really good. He's got amazing buttons, his zoning is good, his pressure is really good, he's got great mobility. He's just a little bit technical, hard to use, but I think if you're a good player and you really work on your player strengths yourself, you can still do exceptionally well with this character. And that's what we saw at the CPT event this weekend. We had not only one Ed, but 2 Eds in top 4, I believe. There was Fudo and Momochi. And spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the results, I'm going to say who won. Momochi actually ended up getting first place with Ed, beating Kakeru's JP in the grand finals. And it was a pretty one-sided grand finals. I think the final score was 3-1 Momochi. And Momochi won it in winners. He didn't even get sent to losers with one of the most heavily nerfed characters in the Season 2.5 patch. Alright, so here's the first match, and like I said, I'm going to go over some highlights, and we're not just going to watch the YouTube replays, we're actually going to go onto the CFN and reload the replays, use some replay takeover, because this was an online event, and just see exactly what Momochi was doing against Kakeru's JP in this match, because I think there's some really fantastic things that we should check out. Now, I enjoyed this set, I thought it was really hype, but do you know what else is hype? Subscribing to my YouTube channel, because it helps me make more videos like this. So if you haven't done it already, please do. Sorry guys, I have to say it, but let's get into this tournament set. So throughout this whole set, there's a couple really noticeable things. First of all, Momochi really wasn't using crouching light kick too much. He only used it a couple of times in some really like heavy poking situations, but he definitely wasn't using it. And he definitely didn't do the OD flicker, like the quarter circle back double punches, randomly or on block. He was only using it when he hit confirmed. And then just generally in this matchup, some things that Momochi was doing, he was always kind of staying at this range that we see right here. This kind of range, just inside and just outside of Ed's standing medium kick, crouching medium kick range, which is really Ed's like most powerful position to be in, because it's hard to approach him, and it's also really hard for you to kind of like start your offense against him because he's such a strong defensive poke heavy character. So Momochi was really like running a masterclass on how to do this spacing. Another thing that Momochi used really well that we can see right here is using just neutral drive rush to open up Kakeru when he wasn't expecting Ed to come in and to land a throw. So the first round, there's not really a lot of really crazy stuff. It's just some basic like close pressure here, like footsies and things like that. So I'm going to skip ahead to the second and third round because that's when things start to get interesting. So this round here, it's the second match and it's the second round. This is when things start to get interesting. Momochi had won the first round here, and now he's kind of playing inside, outside that crouching medium kick, standing medium kick spacing, and then he does something crazy coming up right here. We're going to check it out when it comes. Okay, so this sequence right here is really amazing. Let's just watch it. Let's see how it is first. So JP does drive rush, and he gets a crouching light punch, counter hit into the level 2. Now, this might not look crazy at first, but this is actually such a good play by Momochi, and it shows how good of a player he is. He's actually fuzzy guarding here. And the reason why I know this is because I used replay takeover to find out exactly how I did this. So let's check that out in the game right now. Alright, so here we are in the game, and like I said, this was an online tournament, so we can watch the replays online and use replay takeover, switch to player control to see exactly what was happening. But let's just check out Momochi's inputs right here. So we got the sequence, he gets crouching medium kick, does standing hard punch, drive rush, and Momochi counters it. So let's look at Momochi's inputs and see exactly what he was doing. So here, if we look, he's holding down, he does quarter circle back into a back, then back to down into crouch. This was a fuzzy guard, so he would have been able to block the low and counter the high, and counter the mid here. So how are we going to figure this out? Well, I'm going to take over JP, and I'm going to try to go for a low instead of a high after this drive rush. Let's take over JP, and I'm going to go for a crouching medium kick, which is a low. See, Momochi blocked it there, and if I go for a crouching light kick, which is even faster, he blocked that there too. Then if I go for the overhead, which Kakeru went for, you get the counter hit. So if you haven't tried something like this against your opponents when they open you up, really watch what pro players do, use their replay takeover, and figure out exactly what kind of defensive strategies they're using to help them in like really difficult situations, because something like standing hard punch drive rush into like a mix up from low and mid from JP is a pretty common thing, but if we use what Momochi used here, his fuzzy guard into crouching light punch, we can create new defensive options that maybe we wouldn't have thought of ourselves, learn how to use them, practice them, and then apply it to our own game to make us really strong. So this is why Momochi won. He's just really good. All right, so another sequence I want to check out is this one right here. And if you guys remember Momochi from like the Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 days, this guy was like the single hit confirm king. He used to be able to hit confirm like Ken's crouching medium kick from like anything and everything. And we see flashes of that Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5 Momochi right here where he hit confirms standing medium kick into DP. Let's check that out again. So here, he's walking forward, he's walking back, he hits standing medium kick, he does standing medium kick, and hit confirms into a DP. So that was absolutely sick, and it just shows like how good Momochi is in this match and how much mastery he has over his character. Now, I don't think you guys can really practice that in training mode. I think it's a little bit unrealistic for most people. He's absolutely cracked out, but yeah, that's just one of those things where player strength really matters more than character nerfs in a situation like this when you're talking about like top 0.1% level of pro players in this game. And then the next sequence we're going to look at where Momochi's kind of like playing around Ed's nerfs is this perfectly spaced kill step right here. Here, standing medium kick into this. That's a spacing where he's not going to be able to get drive impacted, and it's just really, really smart spacing from Momochi, and look at what he's able to convert off of that using his spacing and his movement options. Just played absolutely perfectly there. Puts Kakeru into burnout, and then he basically gets to do whatever he wants here, pressure his opponent, keep him in the corner with those amazing anti-air reactions. Then Momochi is basically able to find an opening, get him to the corner, and he ends up winning this match and also this set. So I want to skip over to the last final exchange in this tournament because it's really, really fun. This is like pure Momochi. So we're around here, and at this point in the game, Momochi's been using really, really like immaculate spacing, staying right inside and outside of his standing medium kick, crouching medium kick range, and then watch this neutral shimmy he gets right here to make Kakeru whiff his medium punch. This is sick. Check this out. One more time. I want to watch that again. Walked in, walks out, boom, whiff punish. So this is one of those things that kind of goes past nerfs. So if you're kind of struggling as an Ed player post-patch and you're kind of like feeling the nerfs, watch that replay from Momochi, really watch his Ed, because I think it's just a masterclass on how you can play a character after you receive nerfs and still use your personal player power to cover whatever nerfs your character got. So this was kind of a short video, and I don't really have too much to say other than if you're feeling down about your character, if you're an Ed player, or if your character got nerfs in the past, or if your character gets nerfs in future patches, try not to get too down on yourself. Don't let the negativity of people online bring you down. Still, if you enjoy playing that character and you think the character is fun for you, push through the nerfs, improve and increase your level as a player, and try to make up for whatever nerfs that your character got. And I'm sure you're going to find the whole experience, the whole journey, much more rewarding as you try to become a better Street Fighter player. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps support me as a content creator and lets me make more videos like this. And as always, thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.